Goshinzo.
Okay, class, let's get started.
Does everyone have a test? Then you may begin. The book that defined malefactor as the chief factor in the progress of the human race. That would be the Devil's Dictionary.
Ooh, we can do this!
Sounds about right. What character archetype refers to a mysterious and seductive woman, typically with ulterior motives? That'd be a femme fatale.
Ooh, we can
Sounds
do
about
this!
right. And the assembly happens. While they're griping about it, I don't care. It's the assembly.
Ever since that specific incident, many of you have voiced concerns that I could not bear to ignore. We believe the mental health of our student body is absolutely vital, so we've acquired the services of a therapist. The floor is yours, Doctor.
Isn't he hot?
It's nice to meet you all.
Whoa, his voice is sexy.
My name is... Huh? My name is Takuto Maruki. Thank you for welcoming me to your school.
Seriously?
No need to be formal with me, though. I'm just here to counsel anyone who's interested. You can even call me Doc, if that would help you feel more comfortable. Any assistance you need, I'll be... Oh. I guess I'm not really any good for helping with money problems.
Thank you, Dr. Maruki.
Someone didn't like someone getting the limelight and all the attention.
Yo. You ever expect this place to actually give a shit about our mental health?
Well, our school's made national news. Maybe they figured they'd look even worse if they didn't do anything for us.
And Dr. what's his name?
Maruki.
Yeah, wasn't that guy just basically clowning it up on stage? You really think he'll do us any good?
Ryuji.
Hey there. Sakamoto-kun and Takamaki-san, right? And that must make you...
Mm-hmm.
How do you know our names?
Well, I was informed of certain students before beginning my tenure here. Those that had, previous interactions with Mr. Kamoshida. It must have been especially tough for you after having just transferred here.
Yeah, it was.
I can definitely believe that.
So, what do you want with us?
I'll be honest, I was tempted to choose the castle option, but... maybe another time. Another playthrough.
Ah yes, I'd forgotten. I know I already offered my services to the student body earlier, but would you three be interested in counseling?
Nope, not at all.
Huh?
How's that surprising?
You were just a touch more emphatic about it than I'd expected. Ah, but if you come to my office, you can have free snacks.
Free snacks? I heard snacks, I want in.
All you can eat. Would be nice, but there's still plenty to be had. So, how about it?
Tell me more about these snacks.
Hey, don't fall for that.
Talk about snacks.
To be frank, I've been explicitly ordered to provide counseling to the students directly involved with Mr. Kamoshida. It's in the school's interests. For its students.
Ah, the school's interest, huh?
I know that asking you to be open with a complete stranger like myself is a lot. Making this mandatory wouldn't do you any good either. Might as well turn it into a worthwhile experience. Ooh, I know! If you attend my counseling sessions, I'll teach you different ways to improve your mental acuity.
Okay.
Like ways to hone your concentration before exams, or not getting nervous on dates.
I'm listening.
How's that sound?
Mental training. Make good use of this. It may aid in our Phantom Thieves activities too.
There's also snacks.
God, he really wants me to get them snacks.
All right, enough with the snacks.
Let him talk about the snacks.
So, which way are you leaning?
I'm going to do it.
I guess it'd just be more trouble for us if we didn't go.
Yeah.
Really? Then I guess it's a deal.
Yep.
I'll be in the nurse's office. Feel free to come by whenever it's convenient for you.
Well, we should get going.
Okay, I'll see you later. Thanks for taking my counseling into consideration. Now that we have a deal, I promise I'll do my best to help you.
Made a deal with Maruki. And we're doing the time warp again. We do that a lot. Just in case you didn't notice.
It's hard to believe an ordinary high school student could accomplish such grandiose heists. One would need a heart of steel, unaffected by outside influences, and prepared to act without hesitating. There has to be someone who helped strengthen your mental state. Sound like somebody you know?
Maybe.
Give me a name.
Benjamin Franklin.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Counselor Persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
All right.
So hold up, dude.
Right? And now I need to go find a counselor, persona at some point.
Sorry for keeping you like this. Well then.
Okay, quiet down.
Alright, settle down. I have an addendum to the earlier assembly regarding the counseling you've all been offered. The counselor will be available to you starting after school today in the nurse's office. Dr. Maruki will only be posted here through November, so be sure to speak with him soon if you feel the need. For the majority of you, it's your choice whether or not you see him, but there are a few students I'll speak with later. The school's decided visits to Dr. Maruki will be mandatory for these individuals. You guys gonna go for it? What, the counseling? It kinda sounds like we're being forced to. I told Maruki I'd do it, but I don't know if I'm really that into the idea, you know? Let's do it. Yeah. Better not to draw more attention to ourselves anyway. I think I'm gonna try going today. Counseling, eh? Leon's right. Make sure you visit him so you don't draw any attention to yourself, okay? Don't mind if I do.
Yes. Welcome.
Welcome. Are you here for a counseling session? Yeah. Is now a bad time? Not at all. It's always a good time, so long as I'm not already listening to a student. I'm so glad you're here. Do you care for a snack?
Well, shall we begin?
Not for me. Oh, but first, just relax, alright? I'm only here to listen to whatever you wish to talk about.
Yes.
Sure. Although I really only have one thing on my mind right now anyway. Yes, I'd say that makes perfect sense. Force yourself into talking with me. You can even just grab some snacks and be on your way if you wanted. No, it's alright. I know I need to talk to someone about this anyway. That is, if you're willing to listen to this super long story. I absolutely am. Take all the time you need. I see. It's like a horrible thing to do to someone. Yes, that's why I wanted to get even with him. Or Shiho. And? At first, I thought Kamoshida ought to face the same fate Shiho was going to put herself through. But... Later, I realized that wasn't right. If he did take his own life, it wouldn't undo Shiho's suffering. In fact, it'd just give him the easy way out.
Right.
Is that so? You know, you are quite the wise, level-headed young woman, Takamaki-san. I think you've got the wrong... Nope. In fact, I think you're wiser than I was at your age. I wasn't anywhere near as mature as you are now. It's not like I did anything special, though. I've gone through my own share of hell. I don't think I'd be so mature either. I see. So, what's on your mind now? Now?
Let me think.
I'm just hoping Shiho will get better quickly. We both suffered a lot, but I just want to get back to laughing and having fun together like we used to. At this point, I don't give a rat's ass about Kamoshida.
Yeah.
Now there's a healthy outlook. You can't change the past, but you still want to keep your chin up and press onward. Is that the gist of it? Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, it'd definitely be better if none of this had happened at all, but...
Quite.
I definitely agree with you there. But it's impossible to wipe every tragedy from history.
Yeah.
If only, right? Everyone would be so much happier if we could actually do that. Oh, it seems I lost track of the time. We should wrap things up here for today. Thank you so much for coming to see me. Oh no, thank you. I feel a ton better now that that's all off my chest.
Be careful, okay?
Good to hear it. You deserve it. Feel free to stop by again anytime.
Okay,
Well-
I'm gonna get going.
Will do. See you around. I went in for counseling. You're going soon too, right, Ren? How'd it go? Well, it honestly wasn't as rough as I was expecting. I think you should go and give it a shot. Dr. Maruki's easier to talk to than you think. Okay, see you tomorrow. Didn't you have a counseling appointment? That's in the nurse's office in the practice building, right? I'll just pass time in the area until you're done.
How are you?
Oh, hello. You here for a session as well? That's right. Is that so? Dr. Maruki is a wonderful counselor. I've actually been seeing him for a while, before he ever came to Shujin. Oh? I didn't know you two were acquainted. Don't go overselling me too hard though, Yoshizawa-san. I'm really nothing special. Well, I need to get going. Please excuse me.
All right then.
Let's say we get started.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. We made a deal. Well, I'll try to make sure it's worth the trouble.
I see.
See, thank you. I think I've gotten a good grasp of the situation you're in, Amamiya-kun. Well, full disclosure, the school gave me a brief rundown of the circumstances surrounding your transfer here. Doing okay now. But you weren't before, I take it? Not to push yourself too hard, okay?
So,
Now that you've told me more about yourself, I think I've realized something. It seems that, like, you've largely been able to reconcile your internal world with your external one. I should note, that's really, truly impressive. Even most adults can't reliably manage that. How to put it? You know how everyone has an internal reality? Some conception of themselves they're striving for?
for example,
Like wanting to be a model student or wanting to be loved and relied on. That kind of thing. But that idealized reality and the one in actuality are often far apart. That gap is responsible for a lot of people's pain. Not everyone can ace their exams. Not everyone can be the heroes they wish they could be. You've already been through so much. That kind of suffering is usually enough to twist people up into dark places. But you're standing up to it and confronting a tough, painful reality. To me, that's incredibly admirable. Again, maybe that's a little weird for you to hear from a guy you just met, huh? It sounds right. Not even any deflecting self-deprecation. You really are strong, Amamiya-kun.
I'm sorry.
Well, let's see. Sorry this went on longer than I expected. Somehow, the conversation just took on a life of its own, I guess.
Say,
Hey, I actually got one last request. Do you mind? What you got?
you know,
I'm actually doing certain research along with my duties as a counselor. It's not quite like counseling, more like a type of psychological treatment. Basically, it's a project to learn more about people's metaphorical hearts. What they think, how they feel.
How about it?
If I get far enough with it, I think it'll be able to help a lot of people. So, I'll need more details.
Sorry.
Sorry. I guess my point is, I'd like to ask you to help with that research. All you'd have to do is listen to my theories and then tell me if they spark any ideas or realizations on your end. Please. Anytime's good for me. I can work around your schedule. And, I've got lots of snacks too. You can have them. They're yours. Well, okay. Really? Yes? You're a lifesaver.
Well,
Let's see. I don't know. Maybe I could teach you some tips for mental training? I happen to know a lot on the subject. I'm sure I can cook up a special regimen for you. If you're dedicated enough, I'm sure you could draw out your full potential.
thank you.
Okay, I guess that's our second deal. And the bond grows deeper. When Joker's inflicted with an ailment, he may recover immediately. That is big.
All right. I know.
Right. Would it be okay if we traded contact information? I'll contact you when I've got time, or when I need some input from you. Okay? Do it.
Now,
Now, I'd better do my part to repay you. Let's talk about mental training and presence. Let's see, first off, thanks to Maruki's mental training, my mind feels stronger.
all right.
Max SP increased by 5 is pretty good. Oh, here, never a bad time for a snack, right? Non-static gum.
Well,
Interesting.
see you.
Thank you for your help today. I'll see you around at school.
Man.
You really spent a long time talking to Maruki. Look how big it is. It happens. Well, if you think the sessions are worthwhile, you should try going again sometime.
Good night.
But we should definitely get some sleep for now. Tomorrow's the last day of exams, right?
Hey.
Do it. Feed that plant.
Oh.
Yep. Reasonably priced nutrients and whatnot.
Yes.
Let you do it for a while.
Well then.
Let's call it a day and go to bed. Alright.